Do-do-do-do! You've got a new plant. The Grave Buster. Plant on a grave to remove the grave. So these things are pretty cheap. I love the way that they look. I don't know if there actually is like a plant that grows on graves, like you know, besides like vines. Hey! Want to buy an extra seed slot? It'll cost you $7.50, but you'll be able to choose from 7 seeds per level instead of 6. What's that sound? That sounds great. Alright! Hey, when you save up 5,000, I'll sell you an 8 seed slot. Check you later. Oh, thanks, Crazy Dave. And I love how I have a welcome mat on my back door. Alright, I guess this is my front door. Alright, but here again, we're gonna go with our essentials. Actually take that out. We'll get you in there. And we didn't even use the repeaters that round, but just in case. Oh yeah, and then if they all have the same recharge time, actually these Grave Busters have a slower recharge time, but I'll also organize these things via price. So now you can plan out 2 of these before a zombie comes. I think by the time that the 3rd one spawns, there's your little cue that a zombie's coming. But so now we don't necessarily need to plant a walnut in front of every single grave this round, because now we have the Grave Eaters, and the Grave Eaters have a nice little benefit that the game doesn't tell you about. Alright, well that line's covered. Get these little mushrooms out on everything else. And yes, actually, I do tend to plant these things pretty far forward, because if they get eaten, you're really not losing anything. They have a pretty short respawn. Here we get our first example of the Grave Buster. Every time they destroy a grave, they evidently drop you cash, which I was never really aware of. Or, I've always been aware of, but, I mean, they don't mention it in the description. And this time, we'll actually just go straight for these fume shrooms. Because last time we really didn't have any money issues whatsoever. And same thing, we'll get these Grave Busters going. Now there is a small flaw to the Grave Busters, is that they can be eaten while they're destroying your grave. So they're not impervious whatsoever. Whoops, didn't mean to plant that so early. But same thing, here we have these Javelin zombies, and if you just use a Grave Eater, you can force them to jump early, thus slowing them down. Something to exist, I actually didn't even read what that said. Get him up there, because Javelin zombies, they do run fast until they lose their Javelins, so... That just yet. Let's get up the iron defenses first. There I go! Alright, since he's already passed. There we go, we've gotten all the... Oh wow, you got a lot farther than I wanted you to. Jeez. No me gusta. But yeah, as you can see, the screen door is taking damage. However, these two are going to pretty much wipe them out. Yep, instantaneously. No, not that one, darn it. That one, much better. But yeah, these things are, in my opinion, pretty overpowered. Especially when you stack them like this, because they reach for 4 slots. Planning out a lot more of those actually. Yeah, because the range is about 4 spaces, you can just kind of get an unlimited amount of damage, because every time they spray, they're dealing damage. And they fire just as fast as, like, a snow pig, which I guess is, like, going to be our basic. What I also realized is that I'm not planting any of these. Jump. I have so much money I can't even keep up with everything I need to plant. But yeah, this is also where like repeaters can only hit that first zombie, so I'm not a big fan of them compared to, you know, these fume shrooms. I mean, obviously, once you get 4 of these fume shrooms out, you've more or less maximized your damage. And yes, I could just keep building them out non-stop. Now, this is also where we're going to start to speed things up. But yeah, this thing's getting hit by every single thing. And we get the almanac. What? I don't even remember. Keeps track of all your plants and zombies encountered. So now we only have a view almanac option. But so here it tells you, you know, toughness low, and each one of these things has a little toughness medium. Toughness medium. Oh wow, I didn't realize these things were medium. Fast and then normal after they jump, and then their special jumps over the first plant he runs into. Toughness high. Has a bucket that makes him extremely resistant to damage. Toughness low. Newspaper toughness low. So together he's like a medium. Normal and then fast after losing his newspaper. Newspaper zombie was this close to finishing the Sudoku puzzle. No wonder he's freaking out. So they also do have some really funny things. Low and the screen door toughness is high. So here they actually have the weakness listed is the fume shroom. And some of these, they don't actually have weaknesses listed. Because, I mean, in a sense, you could say, you know, anything that one-shots a zombie, you know, would be this guy's weakness. But then it also has the plants. So if you ever, you know, want to read up on the plants. I want to explode, says Cherry number 1. No, let's detonate instead, says his brother Cherry number 2. After an intense consultation, they agreed to explodinate. So there's little funny things here written, you know. Damage, massive. So not instant kill, just massive damage. Range, all zombies in a small area. So if there's 3 zombies that all eat through a walnut together and then they all approach the potato mine, all of them will get blown up, not just the one. So single-use delayed activation. And then also here, you see your recharge timers. So little clever thing. The Little Shop of Horrors. By the way, there's a great musical of that on Netflix. I highly recommend it. I'm huge into like kind of musicals, but kind of corny things. And I forget which version it is. It's not like the 1970s. I think it's the early 1990s or the late 1980s. But it has the same guy who's the main character in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Not the kids, but like the father figure. I don't know his name. I'm terrible with actors' names. And I'm too lazy to turn on my Netflix to find out who it is. But amazingly well done movie. If you like musicals, please watch it. But yep, sleeps during the day. So you do have, the shrooms are meant for your nighttime levels. Removes graves. Single use must be planted on a grave. That's going to be it for this episode, guys. Next time, find out what Crazy Dave wants.